In the second dream, I seem to be with a group of people, many of us couples and friends, and we're staying on a ship. I mean, I don't ever have the feeling of anything moving, but it's that kind of thing where you have little rooms that you stay in and other rooms that you gather in. And there's several women in this group that I like. Well, one woman has become aware that her husband's having an affair, and he's not in the room right then. And so I take my husband and her, and maybe there's even someone else, and we go to the room of the other woman, and her husband's in there with this other woman. And we go to pull the door open. Well, the other woman tries to keep the door shut, and she's even stuffed some pieces of paper under it. It takes me about 3 tries, but I finally get the door open. When I get the door open, then the other woman's husband comes out of the bathroom and walks towards us. They see us all standing there, and they're completely shocked in a way. And once that's occurred, I let the door shut, because I know that just the fact that everyone's seen this is going to handle something. Then I'm back in another room with my husband and maybe a friend, and I can see he's been a little shocked by all this, because he makes some comment. I guess he used to live in Hartford, Connecticut, and it's like this sort of thing didn't happen there quite as much. And he wants to show me something from there. He opens up a jewelry box. He can't find it there. He realizes whatever it is, maybe he's left it in this, like, it's not quite a wallet, it's more like a little pouch. Because he was busy, he's just laid down somewhere. He doesn't worry about people taking things, but he doesn't know where it is. So he goes off to look for it, and he must walk into the bathroom. And as he does that, then I'm talking to somebody else in the group, and I'm saying that I don't think that would happen to me in terms of, like, an affair occurring, because I have a husband that when I talk to him, he actually listens, you know.
Yeah, it's still this process of figuring out how to pull in all parts and pieces of yourself. Because in the dream, you're also that person or the masculine side that's having an affair. And you, as the feminine, are having to react to that as not being able to quite accept that as part of the wholeness for yourself. And so you're holding on to what you believe is a connection that is bifurcated or separate from that. That being something that's not yet come into completion or something. And so what you're holding on to, as you're holding on to it, as a type of security, this is acting as if at least you're not the other. It's just kind of like a traffic cop that pulls someone over and didn't get you. You breathe a sigh of relief. That doesn't strengthen your will. That doesn't necessarily help you if you continue to view things as if there are levels that you develop that leave things behind, that see yourself as still separate or advantaged compared to others. As you were talking, I was thinking about the 4th stage of prayer of St. Teresa that didn't get discussed. Well, it couldn't get discussed yet. It was actually a nice way of just leaving it in a need silence as opposed to discussing it, because we have to appreciate how we work and can work connected to an emptiness that then can take out, and in its greatest wholeness of letting go and accepting everything in a state of responsibility. When we get to that state where we absolve everything of anything that it has done to us, so to speak, in other words, we don't carry any qualm against it. When we've done that, then you can actually reach that quality, which would be the 4th state of prayer. It can have an effect upon the wholeness, because you now are not acting as if that is something totally separate from yourself that you can't embrace and take on in every depth and regard that is needed. To do that, of course, you can't be at a point where you carry a conditionality in terms of your development. And so you're seeing that and what that is like in terms of how you distinguish the energetics and the vibration. And eventually you have to get to a point, or you reach a point, where in the strength of the auric development of yourself, you're able to extend that out as a graciousness to everything, as opposed to seeing where you've got a certain piece of a connection and other parts don't have, and you note that and stay separate from that. You note it from the standpoint that ultimately, in the recognizing of the need, you pull that together and you take on your greater wholeness that way.